Hello everybody and welcome back to part 8 of my playthrough of Final Fantasy II on the Remaster collection. Continuing off from last time, we've rescued Princess Hilda and we're on our way back to Altair. And of course we get an encounter straight away. But yeah, we're going to go in here and notice that a lot of the population, if not all of it, apart from that one guard we walked past, are missing. But obviously the stores are still stocked. I guess these people, I assume, live here. So restock anything you need. Might be worth retopping up on healing items and whatnot that you've used through the last part or the last couple of dungeons. And any new spells you want to learn or grab hold of, feel free. I'm going to teach a couple of things to Fynn and that, but nothing you really need, or nothing I really get to use that much during this playthrough. So let's go and rest up, because it's been a while since we've been in there. And I did not speak to the guard. But yeah, I'm just gonna level up some spells a little bit first. So feel free to do that at this point in the game. It's definitely something I'd recommend, just to get your spell slots leveled up a lot, especially Basuna, because as I mentioned previously, we kind of want it at level 6. So I'm just going to repeat doing this for a while. Fynn and Maria will just continuously cast Basuna, and everybody else will just cast. But I say everybody else. Guy will continue to cast his offensive magic to one-shot these fights. And yeah, we're going to be doing this for a little while, so I'll join you back when that's over. So here you go, as you can see, I've been doing this for a little while, and I've been leveling up Basuna and Asuna on both Fynn and Maria. So we were just getting this up to a reasonably high level. Ideally you want 6, if you can go a little bit higher. The better, the higher the better, but 6 is the minimum you kind of want for you to be able to get rid of things like charm and whatnot. But yeah, just spend as long as you want out here doing it, because obviously you can level up the healing magic as well and go through them all, and Guy can just keep leveling up offensive magic, because as mentioned before, you need to have at least one spell in the playthrough hit level 16 in order to unlock all the achievements. So stock up on the items if you need them. Obviously we've still got 99 of everything. Might as well pick up some more gold needles, but yeah, we've leveled up our magic now with the ability that it can get rid of it, but if Fynn and Maria ever get petrified, then Guy doesn't have the spell. Elixirs are probably just not worth the money cost in this game, especially when you can buy a lot of ethers for cheaper, so don't worry about it in that way. But yeah, we'll go and speak to the soldier in here, and he said that we're getting ready to go and take back Castle Fynn, so there's a rebel camp that we need to go and catch up with Princess Hilda and Prince Gordon. And if we go into the hideout, it's completely empty. So the rebel camp that we're going to be going to is missable, so make sure you keep track of where we're going. To be fair, it's a new area that's just right next to Fynn. I say this area's empty, we've still got all of these guys in, but nothing useful that they're going to tell us here. And yeah, I'm just going to check all the rooms, but it should be completely empty. So now we're going to head back outside and proceed north to Fynn. And we're going to pop into the rebel camp before we go inside Fynn, or into Fynn. So if you remember where that is, it's the area to the north and slightly to the left. Fortunately, none of the encounters we can get on the way are too much of a problem. Yeah, so keep proceeding up here, and there you go, you can see there's a little camp here. So make sure you visit this location, because this is the only time in the game that you can visit it, and it is missable. And obviously we need to visit every location. This and Chocobo Forest, I believe, are the only two. So there's going to be a lot of people here, and we're all just getting ready to take back Castle Fynn, and we've already breached the gates. Shock and awe seems to be the the way to go in surprise factor. And we're going to lead the charge into the castle. But most of the regular warriors will say the same thing, but we can speak to Hilda. Firian, Maria, Guy, I owe you my life. It appear you also deserve credit for destroying the Dreadnought. I don't know how I could ever thank you enough. Then we can speak to her Wild Rose, and she says that she's the real princess. What's this? I could swear you were blushing. I don't know. Whatever happened with the fake you? But that's the only keyword we can interact with her at the moment. And Gordon's telling us we're leading the attack. And of course, who else? Oh, but yeah, there's no new dialogue from them now. So once you're ready, let's get ready. Once you're ready, let's head out and go and take Fynn. And there's no chests in Rebel camp, so don't worry about missing out on anything there. And you exit the top of this location, and yeah, there's nothing in the tent. You can't go in them, as opposed to the bottom of most places. So now just go directly north over the water, and then head straight into the Keep of Fynn. You might want to set up a quick save before you go in, just in case. And there's going to be quite a few new enemies we're going to be looking for in here. Your beast streak set should be at 61, the same as me, unless you didn't encounter the Sorcerer and the Captains, in which case you'll be on 2 less, but you may have also found the Poison Toad, which I didn't. So, again, around 58 to 62, I believe, is where you should be at this point. Just, I'll let you know when the missable enemies are, as I've said, once they disappear permanently. But yes, this is where we're going to get the rest of the chests that were in Fynn. So let's get ready to go. There's going to be a lot of chests in this location to go and get as well. And we're going to get Layla right at the start. So yeah, just re-equip Layla with the equipment you need. And then we're going to get ready to head all the way to the top of the keep. But before that, there's a couple of chests in here we want to get, and some new enemies. So the first chest is going to be in the top left. Go and pick up this one. And then there's going to be a chest to the right, as you can see, or 2 chests to the right. We have to go all the way around to get to them, so we're going to get some encounters on the way. There's going to be 4 encounters we're looking for in this place, but we'll get them as and when we go through, because some of them spawn only in certain locations, and they won't be on this first floor. But yeah, we're done grabbing all of those chests, so proceed up to the next floor. And there's going to be 2 chests here, one on the left and one on the right. And then another one in the far bottom right. You may have glimpsed on the map. So just pick up these 2 first, we'll get a monster encounter. Sorcerers and Sergeants. So if you didn't find these in the Colosseum, you will find them here as a guarantee in this chest. So this is why I said in the Colosseum, if you don't encounter them, don't worry about it, because we will get them again. And we've leveled up quite a bit since then, so our attacks are very easily taking them out, with the exception of Layla's still a little bit lower HP-wise. And an Aura Tome, just to teach us Aura, but not something we really use. Same with a lot of the magic in this game, like I use Cure, Asuna, Basuna, and then like Fire and Thunder a bit. I expect Cure will probably be the only spell I get to level 16, but if you're using a lot more magic than me in this playthrough, by all means. And then we want to grab this chest over here. Another monster encounter. Unfortunately, it's all things we've dealt with before, and we just get a regular potion, which is useless to us because we're carrying 99. Fortunately, you don't need space for it to count, just need to be able to open the chest. So just healing up again, because there's a lot of encounters in here, and yeah, there's a chest in the bottom right, but we'll come back and get that later. This area just can only head straight up. And then we're in what looks to be the throne room. So head on up. And there's an enemy we have to defeat. Gottos. Completely surprised that we've managed to infiltrate the keep and get this far. So Gottos is probably the strongest enemy we've fought at this point in the game. About 2000 HP. But not too many resistances, so just completely wail on him. You're probably better off with physical attacks than you are with magical attacks. But go with the way that you decide. He hits quite hard, but we get a lot more opportunities to go than him, and he can buff himself up in regards to improving his damage and speed. So the quicker you take him out, the less damage you're going to take. Probably 3 rounds of attacks with the amount of damage we're doing. Should hopefully do it. Maybe 4. Just because we're all we've all equipped dual weapons now, apart from Maria. But even so, her bow is doing the same, if not more damage than everybody else. But there we go, there's Gottos down. Good level up on all the weapons, and like that, we're going to have reclaimed Castle Fynn. Surprisingly easy, considering. It's so good to finally be back. This would never have been possible had we not worked together. I thank you all. And you tried to get rid of us when we first met you. But yeah, we're back in control of Castle Fynn. And the Ripper is a very, very good weapon. I would advise putting it on because not only does it do... It's got good stats. It has an additional effect of when you hit an enemy, you will just do a set amount of damage to them anyway. Just from the Ripper attacking the enemy. But yeah, if we speak with Hilda, she'll just have the same dialogue. And then we get one more bit. One thing troubles her, Min we left from Mysidia, but we've not heard from him since. Pains me to ask of this so soon after winning back your castle, but will you go to Mysidia? So make sure you learn this password. And then ask her about Mysidia. Mysidia is a land of mages. Without the aid of their magic, defeating the Emperor will not be easy. I've heard that a spell, sometimes referred to as the ultimate magic, lies in the Mysidian Tower. Obtaining it requires 2 masks, and then learn the masks. And then ask about the masks. The white mask rests beneath this very castle. You must recite an incantation to open the door that leads below. The words Ekmet, Teloess have been passed down from antiquity, so make sure you learn that as well, and then you can ask her about it again. But she does not know where the door is. We just loop through that dialogue, but make sure you learn those 3 passwords. So now we can talk to Gordon as well. But we can also ask her about dragoons and wyverns, just to relay the dialogue about that information. But anything that's not red. And we get told that there is a mirror that can speak to the wyverns in this castle, but obviously there's none at the moment. We could never have taken Castle Fynn without your help. But there is one problem. Mousse still isn't back. Would you go to Mysidia to find out what's happened to him? And yeah, we can speak to Gordon with the same information. He'll teach us about the Ultimate Tome, so make sure you learn that one as well. And then you can ask about the Ultimate Tome. Or the Ultima Tome. I'm certain it would prove invaluable in the struggle against the Emperor. If His Majesty... Yeah, so nobody knows what Ekmet Teloess means, but Paul may. So we could go and speak to Paul and get the information that we need of where the secret door is. We're not going to do that. I'm just going to show you where the door is, and I'll go and speak to Paul later. But first things first, let's go and get all of the chests in Castle Fynn. And these guys have no new dialogue for us. So we'll start from the bottom floor and work our way up. So head all the way down. Obviously we've picked 3 chests up on this floor already. But there's some more that we're going to want to get. But we can't get the remaining ones on this floor yet. I just want to grab all the dialogue from the NPCs. Basically that room in the bottom right we want to go to. But we can't quite get there yet. But head to the bottom left and we'll go up these stairs. Head up again. But yeah, we're gonna be touring around Castle Fynn a little bit, just checking where all the locations are. If we head directly north, this should take us to the room with the mirror in that Hilda mentioned that can commune with the wyverns. So here it is. But obviously nothing happens because at the moment there are no wyverns. But who knows, that egg might hatch for us later. And if we go all the way to the right and into the room up the top here, there's going to be 3 chests we can get hold of. And now we can head all the way back down. Yeah, this place isn't the easiest to navigate, so hopefully I'm explaining it well enough and you can follow where I am on here. So on this one we've already grabbed the chest to the left and right, but there's 2 more, one in the bottom right and one in the top left. So these are some secret passageways we need to know where they are to go and get. So in that room directly to our left, there's an invisible passageway through the wall here, and then we can go straight up and grab the chest. The Werebuster, obviously we have one of those, but it was a very, very good weapon. I've gone past it. There it is. It's not going to be better than some of the equipment we've got, but there are some characters where it might be an improvement on them, depending on what drops you got. Now we're going to go to the chest on the right-hand side in a similar way, except for the hidden passageway isn't on the lowest one, it's on the middle one, or the not down here, the one above, and go straight through. Should be at the very top. There you go, and then all the way down and interact with this chest. And there we go, that's the other chest we were trying to get on this floor. And now we want to head all the way back up to the throne room, because there is nowhere else to go along here, and we're going to go and get some more chests and the remaining encounters in this location. Because there's still some chests to go. So head all the way up, back to the throne room, and then we want to go to the very top right. So this is what, if you go and speak to Paul, this is what Paul will tell you. So interact with the top right, you see nothing out of the ordinary, but interact with it and then use the keywords Ekmet. Just proceed all the way around that you can go, and eventually we're going to hit all the way down to the bottom. There are some other chests you could have gotten, but I will show you those later because I've done this slightly out of order. But yeah, there's an immediate chest on the right here, where we come in from. In this room it's just encounters. We'll see if I get any of the things I need, but we potentially won't. Again, this area is pretty good at gaining XP and levels in your stats as well. But yeah, a lot of repeat enemies in here. A couple that we're looking for on the lower levels. Green souls spawn down here as well. Good thing to use if you want to heal up. Next chest in the top left. And the next one is to the far right along here. And then we want to go to the stairs in the very top right. Man, the encounter rate in this game is heavy. So from here there's a chest immediately to our right and above, one to the bottom left, and then one to the top left. So you just make the loop around, grab that one, go all the way to the left. Changers, that's something new that we found. But something that will go down to, again, mild physical hits. Similar to the parasite, you can just put status ailments and whatnot on you. But again, nothing to be too concerned about, especially if you don't get ambushed. There's going to be another version of those we're going to be looking for in here. There you are, the brain and the changer. I would focus on them as opposed to the parasites, but nothing should be too worrisome out of these encounters. Especially when Firion is doing 1,000 damage. But you can see there with the Ripper that I mentioned, after Firion attacks with that weapon, it just does another 160 damage. So it's just a way of getting free damage. Even if you were to do 0 damage with that weapon because there was an armoured enemy, you would still then do 180 afterwards. So it's a good way to get bypass defences as well, even though it's not the most amount of damage in the world. But yeah, we're up to 64 in the bestiary now with the 3 new encounters of Gottos, Brain, and Changer. But there's a couple more down here to go. Another encounter room up here, so don't worry about going in here. We just want to go to that chest in the top left. Hopefully, yeah, you're getting decent stat leveling, and then we want to go all the way to the right, or the top right, to get to the stairs to go to the next level. Another encounter room up here on the left, so ignore it. Now on this floor, there's 3 more chests we're going for, and killer mantises are another enemy that we're looking for. These are very bulky and can hit quite hard. You'll probably need to focus. Firion might be able to take out one, but everybody else should probably focus their attacks on a second one. Yeah, if these get a high multi-hit, we could be in some real trouble. Depending on how much damage you do, you can potentially split all your attacks. There's 2 of your party each. Firion and Maria should probably always take out one. Guy and Layla, though I don't think will. And yeah, there's a chest in the bottom right, chest in the bottom left, and a chest in the top left, and then those stairs at the top left as well, the way we want to go. Thankfully, there's green cell encounters in here, though, so if you ever need to heal up, just defend in those fights, and they'll keep casting cure on you until they run out. I can't remember how many killer mantises you can encounter in one go. I believe 3 is potentially the max, but there is a chance it could be more. Yeah, so after a couple of fights, we've definitely taken a lot of damage, and as you can see there, I've got level 11 cure on Guy, which is nice because it means it heals a lot, but it also uses 11 MP every time I cast it. Grab the last chest. Straight after get an encounter, and then we want to head down these stairs that are here. And 3 more chests on this floor. Basically, we're getting 3 per floor. But there's 1 to the very top, and then right. Elementoids is spawning here, but luckily we're a lot past the point where they're a problem now. Or hopefully your party should be. So we've grabbed that one there. Next we want to go down and all the way around, and then there's going to be another chest in the top right and one in the bottom right. But obviously you can open up the map at any time to check where they are, and you can obviously map out the route to get to them. So we want to go up here, and then to the far right, and grab the chest here. It's all just encounter rooms, all of the doors. Got some new gear, but the defense increase probably isn't worth the evasion decrease. But at the end of the day, the decision's up to you. Depends on what you seem to value more. But our HP stats starting to get above 1,000 now, which is making us a lot more durable. Grab the last chest, and then down the stairs below. So yeah, there's some items I'm trying to remember what they do. The Betrayal Fang just gives confused, but there's a lot of different items you can pick up that do different status ailments. So there's 1 chest on this floor, and then a bunch of doors we can go through. But be careful with the chest. It might be worth making a quick save before you open it. And I've gone up the wrong way because there is a rough encounter that we can get in there. But the Killer Mantis is added to the bestiary now as well from the last floor. So just make a quick save. Just because these have the ability to put a lot of status effects on us, and these are going to take quite a few hits to take down each. These are the upgraded version of the Chimeras. Luckily, Fyrion's able to take one down by himself. Only hitting us regularly, and they have a much improved blaze, so this will do about 50 to 100 damage each. But yes, they do have the ability to do bad breath, so we could get paralyzed and confused, especially if it hits Fyrion, puts us in a lot of trouble because Fyrion will probably one-shot every single member of the party. If not, they'll be on extremely low health. But yeah, that's another enemy added to the bestiary, and we're done. Next, we want to go through the chairs in the top, through one of the doors in the top right. We want to go to the rightmost one, but our one. So through the one that we're right next to now, not the far most right one, but the one left from there. And I've gone into the wrong one. Straight back out, and this one here. And then there's one chest we need to get hold of, which contains the item we were looking for. The white mask. So there we go, we're one mask down, and we were mentioned that there's two, so we'll have to go and get the second one shortly. But that is not in Fynn, it's in a very different place. Purple teleport crystal up here, so just run up to this and then get out. There's 3 more chests we need in Fynn, now that we've hit this bottom area. And I missed those earlier, so go all the way back up to the top. I do apologise for not showing this earlier. Go back through the location we found the mirror, but you can interact with these and tell them that we've got the white mask. That'll just say to take it to Mysidia. And the Empire is keeping quiet, so clearly something's going on in the background. But yeah, follow the route through, go down again, and then on this area we've got the long route. There's a little hidden entrance here. Be very, very careful that you don't go too far and then head in here. And then there's going to be 3 chests in this room here. Yeah, when you're walking around on the grass, if you go too far right, you step too far right at all, it will take you back out of Castle Fynn, and then you have to run all the way up to the throne room and then all the way back down to here, so just make sure you're a little bit careful when you're doing this section. Some nice gear that we got, but nothing we really need to equip. And now we're done here. So the next bit is getting ready to head to Mysidia. And I believe we got all of the enemies we were looking for in Castle Fynn. So, assuming that is the case, which I'm just going to double check. So, we should have gotten Gottos, which we did. Hopefully yours are just in line with me. But yeah, I'm at 66, so you should be around that point. I think 68 is as high as you could be at this point with what I don't have. But yeah, if we go into Fynn Town now, everybody's happy, and the people that we had in the hideout will all be walking around in here. And we can buy a lot of new items because we've not been able to use these shops yet. So feel free to run around and stock up on whatever you need. The next thing from us, though, is the main area we need to do here is we need to go and speak to Paul, which I will show you in a moment. So Paul's house, if you remember, is in the bottom left, or is one of the empty houses. But I don't believe there's any new armor or weapons that we want, because a lot of it at this point is just stuff that we've just not been using or that our characters already have. But always worth a check, just in case you've not been as lucky with the drops and stuff as me. Obviously we got that flame bow from the captain, but now it's just purchasable, and still really, really good weapon. Yeah, everybody's happy. They've been able to reclaim their main city or town. But we don't get a discount for buying things, even though we were the lead troop that managed to get there for them. Obviously we can go to the pub as well, if you really want to, but there's nothing really to go in there. But yeah, Paul's house is all the way down here. And we can interact with Paul. And he'll mention about the secret doors. But we've already opened it, so we'll just tell him that all that's in there is the white mask and it's in the top right of the throne room, but we've already been there. And there is another secret in Paul's house, but we'll be back later to go and get that. But yes, otherwise we'll go and have a look at the inn, just to show there's nothing that goes in here. But yeah, we're finished in Fynn. So time to head back to our boat and get sailing. Because there's a few new areas we want to go to. But the ship is still docked over by Altair, which is probably not an area we'll visit that much anymore unless you're desperate to use the inn. It's kind of just going to be an area we'll never revisit. But now we want to head down and to the left. And there's a few areas you can pull in where you want to, but the main area we want to hit is this location here. There's a couple more enemies we can hit in the overworld here that I'm going to be looking for now. And the Flying Ray and the Big Horn are two of them. But there's going to be a lot of enemies you can encounter at this point in the overworld. In this area, it should be these two, the Black Flan, the Bomb, Ghosts, Imps, Red Mousses, and Werewolves. You may not encounter all of them, but I'm going to try and encounter as many as I can. But you're going to come back and forth from this area a few times. And one of them just ran away, so we don't have to worry about killing that one. It doesn't mean we don't get any rewards for it, and they will count in the bestiary. So that's another two that we've got. Flying Ray is there, and the Big Horn should be just before it. So we want to head down here and to the left. The same encounter again. And Mysidia is going to be a little town just down here by the mountains. So there you go, you should be able to see it now. Black Flan, so these are very physically resistant, and if memory serves, are weak to fire, so don't bother using physical attacks on them where you can help it. We're best off just handling them with magic. And they can inflict poison or venom with their regular attack, so we'll do a real number on us. Unfortunately, Layla only has thunder. But yeah, we're going to encounter these with the red mousses that I mentioned, so you're going to have to alternate between thunder magic and fire magic. So the higher you've leveled them at the moment, the better you'll be. But yeah, we're just going to run around here for a little bit longer and see if we can get any of those other encounters. And there's the red mouse like I mentioned. So best bet here is to cast multi-hit magic onto all of them. So the fire magic will take out the black clans, and the thunder magic should hopefully take out the red mousses. Fortunately, they don't absorb fire, but they just take very little damage from it, the red mousses. Multi-hitting with our spells doesn't do too much damage. In the same way, the black fans won't really take any damage from thunder. And they're a lot tankier than the red mousses, but enough attacks around and it should take them all out. One more fire cast should eliminate all four of them, so we'll speed this up. And it will level up our MP stats a little bit as well. Which you can see, Firion, Maria, and Guy's MP is now huge from me casting Basuna and Basuna earlier on in the game, just to get those leveled up. Thankfully, every time you cast a spell, it does give you the ability to up your mana. So a couple more fights we're going to look for around here. There is an inn in the locations. If you ever get a little bit too low or in trouble, feel free to go in. Ah, Malboros. Didn't know they were here because they were not on my list. Not as problematic as the original, or the Malboros you may know of, because they're not going to inflict us with 1,000,001 status effects. But they are very, very likely to paralyze us, which could still be a death sentence. So anytime you encounter a Malboro, make sure you focus it down straight away. But yeah, don't worry about magic. Physical attacks is probably the way to go. Hopefully if your attack stats are similar to mine, Therian and 1 should be able to take them out. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like Layla Maria want to do that good of a hit. At least Therian is hitting hard. Parasites are going to do no damage to us but steal the rest of our MP. Hopefully Therian does not get paralysed because he's going to be our main answer to the Malboros. That goes that one down, and that's the end of that fight. So there we go. That's Malboros off the checklist as well. Which I did not know were in this area, so be careful. And see if you can encounter them as well. We'll run around for a little bit longer and see what else we can get. Aha, werewolves, those we were looking for as well. These should go down pretty easy as well, probably one of the weaker enemies in this section. Fortunately, yeah, we're at the point Therian and Guy will one-shot something each, depending on if they do an okay multi-hit. Layla and Maria will not, depending on Maria's multi-hit, but also how weak the opponent is to fire. Layla is too far behind because obviously she's not been a permanent member of the party. It's the one downside of a rotating fourth party member, is they just don't level as much as you. And now bombs. Physical attacks again, pretty good against them, but another improved self-destruct tier, which if they go off will do a lot more damage than before, because now they use self-destruct 7. Fortunately, it's very inconsistent. You don't really have it go off that much, but you will always remember that one fight where 3 of them get it off successfully and it basically wipes your party. But that's the bomb found now, so we're on to that one. Hilda guesses and bombs, and we've already encountered Cockatrice. I didn't have these down as this area either. Just improved versions of Helldivers, but again, other than a HP increase, and they'll hit us a little bit harder, nothing really to worry about. Just really wish Layla was doing a lot more damage than she is. It's probably going to be the biggest thing holding us back at the moment. So yeah, there's a couple more enemies in this area you could look for, but you will encounter them doing other things, so spend as much time as you want grinding up, but don't feel obligated to go out of your way to get them. None of the enemies there are missable, and there is a point of no return in the game that if you haven't got them by then, we will be able to go back and sort that out. Pick up any spells that you feel like you need. Holy is probably the best one to grab, but I won't really use it because the amount of time I'd have to spend leveling it. But if you're you and you're happy to spend a little bit more time in the game, or you're happily put on like ×4 in all your stat boosts, just learn it on every character, sit there for a little bit in the overworld just casting Holy over and over. And then it can probably be the main spell you focus on. But yeah, now in this area we just want to speak to a couple of people and then head down the stairs in the middle of the town. I'm just going to get all the dialogue from the mages around first, and just check the stock in all the shops, see if there's anything new that we want. So I believe the ice shield is here if we were using shields, but otherwise, like the giant's gloves and the thief's gloves and knight's armor is all stuff we're using or won't really equip. But some of it might be an improvement over some of the older stuff you have. So thief's gloves obviously improvement for defense. Giant's gloves just up to strength. But yeah, nothing else there that we need. So we'll run around chatting to people. And a lot of them will be in agreement that we need to start using the Ultima Tome. What time to break the seal? But, strangely, there is no Minwu to be seen at the moment. And yeah, we need the crystal rod in order to go to where we need to get to. So how do we get a crystal rod? We're going to have to find that one out. Weapons here, feel free to grab one of each, or how many of each you want. The ice bow should be an improvement over the flame bow. But the actual weapons we bought with what we've given Firion should not be an improvement, but the Ogre Killer will probably be an improvement for Guy. And obviously you can switch either one. Your evasion might go down, but we're not really taking too much damage from anything that hits us at the moment, so feel free to equip it if you choose. Hopefully Layla will get a little bit of a power boost as well with the stuff we've just purchased. Just because her equipment was a little bit lacking. That should be everything we need. So we're done in the weapon shop. Just speak to the rest of the NPCs around. And in, just to heal up. Item shop, but we shouldn't really need to replenish on anything. So you've not used too much. And now we're going to want to head to the centre of the town. Some more characters speak on the way there. They mentioned that they have seen Minwu and he's gone to the Lost Tower. And the crystal rods are below the city. And yeah, the Black Mass is in an island in the middle of the sea, and if you remember I pointed that location out to you before. That's an area that we definitely shouldn't visit at that point, but now that we're a lot stronger and we know we need to go there, then might be our next destination. But first things first, head down in, run all the way to the left, and interact with the pedestal where we will get the white mask. Oh, no, sorry, we'll get the right mask. Interact with the white mask on the pedestal. Locks in place. And we're done. So now we need to head on back out and to our ship to go to the next area. So I hope you enjoyed this episode and you're able to follow along easily. We visited a few new places and we absolutely smashed through both the bestiary and getting all the chests in Fynn. So I will catch you again soon. Goodbye.